Hi there, it's Jesse Kern at the Jesse Kern team at Keller Williams Greater Des Moines Realty, and I'm the singing Realtor. Welcome home! So in today's video, it's going to be part one of the new construction home buying process. So I originally recorded this as one video. It was really long, and I decided to break it up. So in new construction, you have basically three types of processes, or three types of properties that you can buy: a spec home, a build to order, or a full custom build. So in this video, part one, I'm going to talk about buying a spec home. So in purchasing a new construction home, it's really not that different from purchasing a resale property. You still have to know how much you can spend, if you're going to finance the deal with a loan, or if you're going to pay cash. And you'll need a pre-approval letter if you're getting financing, or you'll need proof of funds from your bank or financing broker if you're paying cash, just like you would on a resale. And because your real estate agent's going to need to present those documents along with the offer, so the builder knows that you can perform. And where you want to buy, you still got to determine that. The choice of home, if you want a ranch, 2-story, or 1.5-story, or something else. And you got to know, obviously, your price point, negotiate that after you make the offer. If you're going to have any seller paid closing costs to help you with your loan, that will need to be negotiated as well. You'll have to give earnest money. This is your skin in the game, so that if the builder or the seller is going to take that property off the market, they're not going to work with any other buyers, only with you. So they want some skin in the game from you, so that they have some guarantee that you're going to perform. Then we have, of course, the underwriting and lending process. And if you're getting a loan, it can be appraised. It will be appraised. If you're paying with cash, you can also do an appraisal if you want. And you'll have to determine a closing date, negotiate that. You'll have an inspection period, which is usually the first 10 business days after your purchase agreement is fully accepted by all the parties. And you'll have a final walkthrough the day before closing, and you'll have home warranty as well. Those are the basic outlines of any real estate transaction. When you're buying a new construction spec home, there are a few differences. Obviously, where it's going to be is where the builder has built it. Because when I say spec home, it's like speculation. These sometimes are called model homes or build to sell. The builder has built a spec home with the intent to display to the public what they're capable of doing, and then they want to sell those properties off. Usually builders will pick up other custom or build to order deals from the spec home, and sometimes they want the spec home on the market. When you go under contract, they might put in writing that it will still be held open or listed as active until closing or something, because they want to continue to market the property and their product. The price. Now, this is where it could be different. If you want to do some upgrades to the spec home, like you want to change some cabinetry, or you want some hard flooring instead of carpet or something, then obviously that's going to change the price and increase it from what it's listed as on the multiple listing service. You also potentially might have a plans and specs meeting if you're doing any significant upgrades that might cost a little bit more money or take a little bit more time for the builder to make changes to the spec home. And then really your inspection period, and I still recommend that you have your new construction home inspected, because people aren't perfect and sometimes things settle. I've seen water issues on brand new homes. You'll still want to have it inspected by an inspector that you trust, who's working for you. You wouldn't need it to be sewer scoped, because that's really only for homes that are 20 years old or more. You may want to have it tested for radon. In the state of Iowa, radon is more common than other parts of the country, and those can all be covered in your inspection period. Your closing date can still be 30 to 45 days, really depending on your lender's process and if you're doing any upgrades to the property. If it's cash, because Iowa is a title and abstract state, we really recommend at least a month to close, even with a cash offer. The other big difference is your final walkthrough. Instead of just going to look at the property the day before to make sure the seller did whatever was agreed to on the property, you have a rough end meeting, basically where the blue tape meeting. You'll go through the property with your real estate agent, a representative from the builders there, put blue tape on the walls where there's like paint discolorations or any defects, caulking, chips in countertops or whatever. And then the builder has a period of time, maybe a week or so, they'll go in and they'll correct all those blue tape items. And then you do your final walkthrough, usually with the builder's representative and your agent, to make sure all those small blue tape items were taken care of. And then if you're pleased, you sign off on the walkthrough, and then you have your closing usually the next day. So buying a spec home or a build to sell or model home really isn't that much different from a resale. Might be a little bit longer if you're making some big changes. The rough end meeting at the end along with the final walkthrough, those are the big differences. And again, I always recommend you have a licensed real estate professional represent you on the buy side so that they can basically give their expertise to make sure you're buying the home for fair market value. All right, if you have any questions, please click the link below and give a like and a subscribe. When you click that link below, I'm going to give you access to my free new construction home buying process so that you can have that as a resource as you move forward in your new construction home purchase. All right, thanks so much. Have a blessed day.